Hello and welcome to this informational video brought to you by RemanResource and EasyOrder. Today's topic of discussion is going to revolve around new functionality within EasyOrder that is going to ultimately bridge a gap between your individual websites and your EasyOrder accounts. Over the years, we've had some options where we can do some sort of integration between the two systems, but we've gotten to a point now where with a couple different pieces of functionality and new features within our system and integration between that and your website, everything will ultimately become seamless and therefore not only strengthen the power of your EasyOrder system, but also strengthen the power and tenacity of your individual websites. So that being said, what we've done is create an integration between your website and EasyOrder that creates the perfect hybrid or perfect medium between the customizability and functionality of EasyOrder and the ease of use and ease of ordering of an e-commerce system that your customers have grown to know with most other websites out there. So in the process of doing so, what we've done is created a couple different portals that you can link to off of your website, whether you create a new page that's EasyOrder centric or whether you create some buttons and link to EasyOrder from there. And we're happy to consult with you in any time when you would like to get some more information on, hey, here's my website, how best should we set this integration up? But now that we have this integration piece and these pieces of the puzzle built within EasyOrder, we can very easily tie them into your website and bring everything full circle. So first and foremost, if you're spending money on SEO and you're driving traffic to your website, or maybe you haven't been driving as much traffic to your website because you really prefer people to use EasyOrder and you're not quite sure that the old kind of generic clunky quote template that you have on your website, you're not sure if you're actually gaining any kind of upside from that. Those days are gone. Now we have a request a quote link that you can embed right into a button or a section of the page of your website, and in process of doing so, it will link a customer into this kind of intermediary page that bridges the gap between your website and your EasyOrder account. To get started, if somebody wants to request a quote and they've gotten to your website and they say, hey, I live in this area, I ended up on your website, I need some ink and toner. What do I do? Fill out some simple information here. John Smith. Maybe his company name is Blacksmith. So, very simple. We're requesting a customer give their name, their company name, email address, and phone number. Not anything invasive. We're trying to make it very simple, not create any barriers. But once they enter this information, they click Get Started. They're going to get to a page that asks them to add items to their quote. So as opposed to the old days or in the past where I've seen a lot of websites where people have kind of a generic template and customers have to type in the name of their printer or something like that, and then it sends you that via email. This automatically is integrating and pulling EasyOrder's database and having it at the fingertips of your customers on your website. So at this point, they can search by printer or by cartridge, whatever they remember the best. Very simple search function. So I'm going to search by cartridge. So I choose manufacturer, pretty easy. Then I search for the cartridge. Let's say I need a 12A. Anything 12A related pops up here. So I know I need a Q2612A. If I put a check mark next to that, save it, the 12A is now added to my quote. If they need additional items, they can do those separately. Once the items have been added and the customer clicks send, they're automatically going to get an email with that quote in the same quote template that we've built for you, the very professional, very straightforward, clean, tabulated quote within EasyOrder. So not only is the customer going to get that quote, but you're going to get that quote so you know that it's been created. So let me show you what the quote looks like. It's going to look very familiar to those of you who know EasyOrder. So here is the quote, basic quote, contact info, etc. The big difference here now is, and note that we don't have any header because this is a very generic account that I'm using as a demonstration here. But the big difference now is when this customer sees this quote, if they like the pricing, they can then click this Order Now button. This Order Now button was never there before, but if they click this button because they say, hey, that's great pricing, let's go ahead and move forward, this is going to automatically transfer or convert, in the terminology of EasyOrder, it's going to convert this quote into an order form to be used for immediate purposes by that customer. So let's say, for instance, they want to place an order. They go ahead, they click Buy Now, Order Now. The quote is converted to an order form. They enter a quantity here. They can review the order. This is the same process that you see with any order form and ordering process within EasyOrder, and they submit the order. So ultimately what just occurred was the customer set up their own quote. The quote was automatically sent to them, and then they had the ability to order from that quote without any interaction with you, the subscriber. Now, this is not to take away from your normal course of business where you quote somebody, you do the whole quoting process with them, you court them, you win their business, you set up their order form, you convert their quote, you send them a welcome email, and you're off to the races. This is for instances where you're driving people to your website and you say, hey, let's harness some of this business on our website that we haven't been taking advantage of in the past. So this automates the entire first touch between you and a new customer. As soon as a new customer clicks that Order Now button, they are automatically sent a welcome email telling them how they can download their new desktop icon for ease of access going forward to their customized order form. And furthermore, you are copied on that welcome email, so you know, hey, I didn't set that up, but somebody must have created a quote and converted it on their own by wanting to order. And whether they place an order, that's great. If they don't place an order, you still know they converted it. So you can circle back with them in either case and let them know how to order, thank them for their interest, thank them for their first order, whatever it may be. But that business ultimately just plopped into your lap because somebody entered your website and we had the ability to harness that business and automate that first touch with them. So hopefully this makes sense to you, and it's going to be a very, very powerful tool for you going forward in using EasyOrder in tandem with your individual websites and strengthen the power between the two. So that's the quoting side of things. Let's say, for instance, somebody comes to your website and they don't necessarily want a quote, but they want to sign up or they want an EasyOrder account. You know, if you have a page within your website that touts EasyOrder, has a demo video explaining how easy it is to use EasyOrder, there is another kind of bridge between EasyOrder and your website that we've built that allows a customer to log in or sign up. So this could be for new customers as well as existing customers. If a customer happens to be on the road, they don't happen to have their desktop icon in front of them because it's at their computer in their office, they could always come to your website and use the link from your website to get right here, drop their username and password, and enter the site, enter their custom order form. New customers can actually register and create their own account. So if they'd like to do that, if they click register here, they can create an account by entering their company name, a username, their contact info. So this is a little bit more specific. It's asking them for more information, but if somebody readily gives this to you, you know they are ready to do business. And the process from here is exactly the same going forward as the quote. So once a customer gives you this info, they click next, they get back to the page where they have the ability to add items to their order form, and that order form is live right then and there as soon as they add those items to the form. No need in this instance when they're registering for a new account for them to actually receive a quote. As soon as they add an item, it becomes a live order form. As soon as they enter this information here and click next, they are sent a welcome email with access to their custom order form. And again, the entire first touch with somebody who wants to create an account and order from you is automated. You're kept in the loop by the emails, the welcome email that's going between the system and the customer. You know a new account has been set up, and all this information, whether it be a new quote or a new order form, when new order forms are created, you're not having to go back and recreate those from a quote or from information in the system. As soon as somebody creates that order form and wants to buy now or wants to create it, you're automatically going to have that information in your page here, in your order forms and your customer list. So very simple, very straightforward. We're trying to make things as simple and easy for your customer to reach you and for you to harness that business from your website as possible. So those are the two big pieces. We have the quoting piece, and then we have the registration or login piece for existing customers. Again, if you want any consultation from us on how best to set this up within your website, let us know. It's going to be a very powerful tool going forward. It's really as simple as us giving you a couple specific links that are relevant or specific to your particular EasyOrder account, and you can drop those right into whatever embedded links or buttons or pages within your website as you want, and it will be 100% set up from there. So this is very turnkey. The last thing that I want to touch on is the pricing that's involved with your request a quote button or your register for a new account button. When a customer adds pricing to or adds products to a quote or to an order form, the pricing is going to be based off of your EasyOrder global pricing. Now, you may say, well, you know, I only have certain products priced. I mean, there may be instances where some of you have 100 or 200 products priced, but obviously RemanResource's database contains thousands of products. How do we fill in those gaps? Well, in a separate video that's going to be have the topic of pricing by percentage, if you find that in our YouTube page, we'll be sending it out to you guys via email as well. I don't want to make this video too long, but if you watch that pricing by percentage discussion, it's going to give you examples of how to price unpriced items in your system by percentage, so you know if somebody's coming on and requesting a quote or building an order form, that if you haven't priced an item, it's going to be priced based on whatever percentage that you stipulate within your given account. So thank you very much for your time today. If you have any questions at all, you can always call us or email us 800-640-1160 or support@RemanResource.com. We hope you're as excited about this new functionality and features as we are. We look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks much.